Hey, what's up, guys? Tukey here, back again with another episode of A Nation United Finland edition right here on NHL 19. In this episode, the Espoo Eagles are back in the second round of the playoffs after outlasting the Florida Panthers in the prior round. It was just a little bit of a battle, you know? It could have been a hell of a lot less stressful than it actually was, but ultimately, we ended up taking home the W, and now we move on to take on New Jersey. As far as the team is concerned, of course, as always, a little bit of a debate as far as what the lines could be heading into the next round. We do have some underperforming players. Ahem. Casper. But I'm going to go with my gut on this one, which is never a good idea. But I'm going to go with my gut on this one. Keep the team the same. We had one after all. And we'll make adjustments if we start to struggle against Florida. Because the same argument could be made in terms of, oh, well, you should change it because players are underperforming. The argument could be made, well, you're winning. And what happens if those players who are underperforming start getting their game together? You could just steamroll anybody and everybody. And that is the hope. As far, though, as what stands in our way in the form of the New Jersey Devils, this is it. And I'm not sure how to feel, actually. We start off with Taylor Hall, who had 4 points in the first round. Nico Hischier had 6, and 4 points for Jordan Eberle. Kind of hilarious that Hall and Eberle are back together. Second line, Mojo is back in New Jersey, centered by John Quenneville and Jesper Bratt on the second line as well. Third line, we get Trevor Quirk, 21st overall pick in 2019. Mike McLeod and Nathan Bastian. Fourth line of Nick Ritchie, Kevin Hayes, and Brendan Leipsic. So I don't know what to make of that, because that is the type of line combos that you see where you're like, yeah, that's probably going to beat me, isn't it? It very well could. Defensively, no superstar, but fairly well-rounded. Will Butcher on that top pairing with Kirill Nesterov, who was a 6th-round pick in 2022, so a very good pickup for them. Second pair is Ty Smith with Philip Hronik and Alex Romanoff next to Steven Santini. Is the goaltender Mackenzie Blackwood? It is not. It is Caleb with a K, Vigilante. Medium elite, 944 save percentage, the 4th-round pick in 2021. The Canadian. An absolute stud, apparently. 926 save percentage. This is just his second season in the NHL. And he is an absolute monster. You look at his playoff numbers from last year, too, even though they got bounced in the first round. Okay, so I wasn't necessarily worried about the offense, even though it's well-rounded. Wasn't necessarily worried about the defense, even though it's well-rounded. But you combine that with an elite-level goalie, it gets to be just a little bit scary. And there is no way of telling how this is going to go. It is a complete toss-up, which means the best thing to do is to not waste any time, get right down to business, and get the series underway. That is exactly what we're going to do. Do we have a good enough team to beat New Jersey? I'd like to think so, but having a good enough team to win and actually winning are two completely different things. First period of Game 1. Case in point, good Lord Luukkonen, what are you doing? Taylor Hall, Brendan Leipsic, and John Quenneville. They outshot us 17-8. And we are down 3-0 in the first period of Game 1. In case you didn't believe me that I thought we could be in a little bit of trouble. Yikes. Can we dig ourselves out of this mess? Second period. Okay, well, this game's over. Butcher and Bratt. I'm just going to quick sim the third. 7-0. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Surprised there wasn't 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7-0. Jesus. With a capital G. Jesus. 7-0. We just got absolutely demolished on home ice. That is arguably the worst playoff loss I have ever seen in any of my series over the past near 4 years that I've had this channel. What the hell is that? I'm not even going to make lineup changes. We're just going to jump into Game 2. And about time this team doesn't show up, then I don't think changes will even be necessary because we're just dead in the water. First period of Game 2. We scored a goal, and we stopped them from scoring one as well. Casper shows up, scored 12 seconds in. We're up 1-0, heading into the second, where we each get a goal apiece. Samu Louis, Taylor Hall gets on the board for the Devils, so a much different game this time out. A little bit more defensive. Imagine that. 2-1. Heading into the third, early power play chance for us, an extended power play, now a 5-on-3. Please, for the love of God, we were just on the power play for like 5 minutes and we couldn't do anything. New Jersey couldn't do anything with their power play either, but still. 8 minutes left in regulation, and John Quinville scores. Fun. Tied at 2. Are we destined for overtime? Yes, we are. 42 shots to 28. Tied at 2 on the board. To overtime we go. I don't care who scores for us. It could be Mikko Rantanen. It could be a literal eagle. It could be Bear from Bear in the Big Blue House. It could be any one of the 4 Ninja Turtles. Take your pick. Just somebody put the puck in the net. For our team, I will clarify. Otherwise, we are in a very, 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 very bad spot. 50 shots, and we only have 2 goals. Power play chance again. Thank you, Jesus, Marian Hossa. Mikko Rantanen. Not a Ninja Turtle. Not Bear from Bear in the Big Blue House, but Mikko Rantanen does get the winner. 54 shots to 34. It took 54 shots for us to win this game. How Vigilante wasn't the first star, I have no idea. It is Rantanen and Luukkonen, and then the Devils goaltender. Look at the penalties, though. So you had 2 penalties in the second period. Then in the third, delay a game, hooking. Then we get an interference call. Then in overtime, hooking and a high sticking minor. The lack of discipline from the Devils, and it didn't cost them whatsoever. What the hell, man? What the hell? The good thing is, we do walk away with the victory in Game 2. Get a little bit of momentum back as we head to New Jersey, back across the pond for Games 3 and 4. As far as whether or not we change anything, to hell if I know. To hell if I know. I think Brad Lambert should probably be on that top line, and that third line has still been way too quiet for how good they are. Like, frustratingly quiet. They're not that bad. I mean, as it is, yeah, to the bottom 6, I mean, just in general. I don't know why they've been as bad as they have. They're better than that. So, in terms of making any changes, I'm not sure what I want to do here. Maybe bump up Piernez. I think we're going to flip Borgstrom and Piernez, and then we're going to flip Lambert and Simon Taval. Each center on a new line. We'll see how well that works. Now, I know I'm contradicting my opinion from earlier, considering I'm making changes. Okay, Peltonen, did you just forget how to defend? What the hell's going on, buddy? I don't really have anybody that can replace you. Can I run 5 defensemen, please? Because that is outrageous how bad he is right now. So between Nudivara, Tyrväinen, Tyrväinen, Nudivara, and Peltonen kind of all need to be on different lines, I would say. And all need to be carried. Risto, Hikala. Not that I want Olli Juolevi on a different line. But, let's go with Tyrväinen, Hikala. We'll go with Nudivara and Olli Juolevi, Peltonen, and Risto. Changing things up after a win. I know, it's a dangerous road, but boy, there are warning signs, aren't there? So, As it is, we barely walked away with the win there. We go to game 3. We'll see if my lineup changes have caused issues. First period, we do get the opening goal again. Tommy Ludman, as we outshot. Actually, we didn't outshoot them. We were tied in shots at 10 apiece. But Tommy Ludman has the lone goal of the game thus far. Second period, that changed quickly. Taylor Hall and Mojo, but Samu Louis ties the game up with 1:30 remaining in the period. 26 shots to 20, and we go to the third. Tied at 2. Early power play for the Devils. That is killed off. As we approach the halfway point, another power play for the Devils killed off. We'll have a quick power play of our own. That also goes to waste. Under 7 minutes remaining in regulation. Are we destined for overtime again, or will there be a late winner? Overtime is the answer. Ooh, okay, 45 shots to 23. Again, Rantanen, Lambert, Spider-Man, He-Man, a Stegosaurus, a pouch of something. Make it frickin' Capri Sun, I don't care. A package of Dunkaroos could become sentient and find a way to hold a hockey stick and score. Somebody win it for us, please. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Otto Koivula. Why a fourth liner's out there in the opening 2 minutes of an overtime? Don't ask me, but it worked out. Doubled them up in shots, 48 to 24. Another 3-2 victory in overtime. Vigilante may be the first star, but damn it, we have bounced back to take the lead in this series, 2-1. Again, off the back of consecutive 3-2 victories in overtime. You'll love to see it. We go to game 4. No changes necessary. Buffalo will be looking to close out Boston. They have a 3-0 series lead, but we're focused on game 4. We're ready. We're willing. We're able. First period, scoreless. I don't know if that's a good thing for us or not. Probably not. Second period, still scoreless. I, again, don't know if that's a good thing or not. With how difficult it is to score on this goaltender, it's officially a bad thing. John Quinville, 56 seconds into the period, scores. New Jersey has the lead off the back of this game's opening goal. And again, with how difficult it is to score on Vigilante, I am doubting my ability to get a goal on the Caped Crusader. I will take it. Tommy Ludman. Ludman. We're going to overtime again. Jesus. 3 straight. It'll be a 2-1 final rather than a 3-2. Here we go. Capo, Tommy Ludman, Arturi Lakkinen, Firefighter, Garbage Man, the woman who works at the post office. You know the one. Pam. That's right, Pam. I'm calling you out. Come on, Garfield. Win this for us. Otherwise, I'll say I'm a bigger fan of Heathcliff. Come on, Garfield. Come on, somebody, please. 3 straight overtime wins would be so beautiful. Glorious, even. Jesus Christ, it's going to take at least 50 shots. Come on, are we destined? We're destined for double OT. Yep. Yes, we are. Double overtime. 49 shots to 43. And yet, there is no winner thus far. You know how this works. Don't blink, you'll miss it. It is nearly guaranteed to end within 5 seconds or so of overtime starting. That's just how it works. And in terms of a prediction, I'm going to go with Casper Bjorkvist or the witch from Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Double OT. A winner is you, Samu Louis. 3 straight overtime victories. Shot number 50 on the dot. The Eagles have bounced back from 1-0 down to win 3 straight games in overtime, and we are 1 game away from a return effort to the conference final. Luukkonen with 42 saves. Vigilante was ridiculous. Probably still shouldn't have been first star, but whatever. And Quenneville is up there rather than the man who got the OT winner, because game logic is game logic. Don't you worry about it, because we are going back to New Jersey for Game 6 with a chance to end this series and a chance to punch our ticket to the conference final, where we will be taking on Luukkonen's old team in Buffalo. And by we, I mean the winner of this series, not necessarily me. EA, please don't kill me. Also, never mind, it's not Game 6. That's right, it's Game 5. So maybe I just jinxed myself, and that would blow. Game 5, back home in the Espoo Metro Double E Arena, which is actually how it's spelled. It wasn't a typo. I've mentioned that before. God damn it, why do I feel like I just jinxed myself? I guarantee they win this game now, right? They have to. They have to. First period of Game 5, New Jersey gets the opening goal, which is frightening. Nick Ritchie, they outshot us 16-5. It's even more frightening. Second period, we tie it up. Tommy Ludman, 23 shots to 19 now, tied at 1 on the board. Are we destined for a 4th straight overtime? We might be. Maybe New Jersey wins it in regulation, forces that Game 6, or maybe, just maybe, we win it right here and right now in the third period of Game 5. Here's hoping. Lord knows, here's hoping. Come on. We got this. Power play. Yes, Simon Tyval. Come on. Under 9 minutes to... Oh, Samu, Louie. Samu. The dog's looking at me like I'm crazy, but I don't care. Because the Espoo Eagles are going back to the conference final. Simon Tyval, Louie with the dagger. And that is all she wrote. It was an incredible turn of events. One of the strangest ways I've ever seen a series play out. We lose Game 1 by the score of 7-0. And then we win 4 straight. 3 of them in overtime. What an unbelievable series. And again, we already know. We're taking on Buffalo. Calgary will take on either Vegas or Los Angeles. And if it ends here, it's going to be Vegas. And indeed it is. So Calgary, Vegas, Buffalo, and Espoo in the conference final. We are halfway back to achieving our goal of winning a Stanley Cup, as the voice gives out, but don't worry about it. We lost to Anaheim last year, and we are so... I didn't even mean to go there, but we are so close to getting back to where we want to be. As you get to look at the points totals, someone like Simon Tyval really stepped up in that series. Still having some struggles. Someone like Kasper Bjorkqvist underperforming the way he has been is extremely concerning, considering he was one hell of a playoff performer last year. And then defensively, some of the plus-minuses are a bit brutal, and they're not big point getters, but we're holding on, damn it. We're holding on. And Luukkonen, it hasn't been a great run, but we've made it this far. Imagine if he gets his game under control. Guys, that'll do it for this one. I will see you in the next episode when we take on Luukkonen's former team, the 46-win Buffalo Sabres, in the Eastern Conference Final. Let me know what you think about any line combinations or whatever else heading in to that episode. Make sure to drop a like on the video, because that's just the way YouTube works nowadays. And I will see you next time, where we will hopefully win the game, the series, the games, and all the references will be made. I'm going to bed.